I don't think many people really understand what graphic design is, because graphic design is really one of the new fields in art. If you look for the dictionary definition of graphic design, it's purposeful, clear communication. Most savvy organizations or corporations will tell you that it's one of the most important and serious things that you can be involved in, because in most cases that identity sets the first visual, sets the first mood or first thought that one has for that company or corporation. And it's a very, very serious design challenge. I think it's one of the most serious design challenges that a designer can be involved in. But as I've said many times, I'm not in the business of doing what I call, they kid me about some identities I call a computer swish, because somebody has a computer and they can do a little Nike swish, and that's all there is to it. But as with any design problem, it's only as serious as the person who undertakes it. So it's serious business to me. I think that identity should be unique. I think it should be memorable. I think it should be as timeless as possible, even though nothing is timeless. I think it should be a gestalt. That's to say that it needs to say more than the total of its sums would indicate. When we start designing that symbol, you're trying to take intangible ideas and bring them down to a simple, visually tangible statement that sits in that page, let's say on the Sunday New York Times, and it pulsates, it raises itself off that page, and it doesn't exhaust its meaning at first glance. And really what it is, it's for a company or corporation or an organization to say that I have a personality that I'm proud of, and I want to present it to the world outside. Good design is far-reaching. I believe we come into this world with certain inherent values, and if we could trust our values, we would be better off. It's the only symbol that I've ever designed that a complete book has been written about. The Presbyterians, I guess I'll need to give you a little background, that the Presbyterian Church was first in 3 parts. Then it was split into 2 parts. And for 122 years after the Civil War, the church had remained in 2 parts. So when they decided to come together, they needed a new symbol to represent what the church was about. Well, looked at, I believe it was 46 firms, and we got chosen to do it, which I think was one of the most coveted design projects of that year. Because the parts of the symbol, the upper part of the symbol, you see a dove. You remove those wings from the dove, which the dove representing the spirit. You remove the wings from the dove, you have a fish, an early symbol in Christianity. Immediately under that dove, you have a book, which represents the Word. Supporting that book is the pulpit, which that's where the Word is delivered. The spine of the book has been pulled out as representing the chalice or communion. And then you have fire, which is on each side of the cross. But if you follow the sides of the fire, you have an implied triangle, which represents Trinity. I want to share this vision with other people. And I think that I'm in the business of helping other people to see.
His work involves you. It kind of reaches out and grabs you and pulls you into it, not in a flashy way, but in a very meaningful human way. And I think you can see that with most any of the designs here. The pictograms from the Olympics are one example of bringing humanity back into those pictogram forms.
To have a talented individual who was born and raised in rural Kentucky, educated in rural Kentucky, received his values, his sense of work and identity from our community, from our roots, he has taken that and he has developed and become renowned and internationally known in the field of graphic design.
His solutions are solving problems. They're solving communication problems. Not doing it in a dry way, but doing it in an artistic way. That matters.
The Olympics experience could never be replaced. And I certainly can't imagine a project where you get more exposure. Now, the look of the games, if you want to compare it to what Lillehammer was, it was the ice crystal. The look of the games for Atlanta became the patchwork quilt, which that certainly came from my heritage here. We were able to design the torch that traveled all across the United States. And I was selected to carry the torch, no small honor. We were chosen to design all the medals, the gold, silver, bronze, and the commemorative medal. We designed the traveling cauldron, which went around to every capitol or courthouse or wherever. So we really designed everything visually that you saw for the Olympics. We are, I happen to think, a visual world. And I think visual emotion shoots straighter to the brain than language. So I've never done anything in my life that I'm completely happy with. And I suppose I would like to think if I ever did, that's the day I would quit.